I'm just going to say it. Did anyone give North Carolina some KY gel before they started playing the game? Hey, what's up? It's Kiljaedas. How's it going? So yesterday, the North Carolina Tar Heels went against Texas Southern Tigers. North Carolina was the 1 seed. Texas Southern was the 16th seed. Let's go ahead and review that game right now. Final score, Texas Southern 64, North Carolina 103. North Carolina is going to the next round. Let's get this out of the way. Texas Southern needs a little work. They're a great team. They'll probably make a good push next year. But for now, they had to go against North Carolina, and sure enough, it was a butt raping. Hopefully, there was KY gel involved. I don't know. It looked painful. Trust me. At one point in the final minutes, we actually hit a 40-point lead on them. Frankly, I almost fell asleep during the game. It was just really bad that halftime that they actually showed the score of Texas Southern at 27, and yet a combined score between Meeks and Jackson was actually 30 points. Their combined score was outscoring Texas Southern at the half. But what do you expect? North Carolina is just one of the nation's top teams in the NCAA. It's bound to happen when you have something like this in the tournament. Texas Southern stayed with them within the first few minutes of the game. I would say the first 10 minutes of the game, but then North Carolina started pouring it on and started opening up that lead. Sure enough, there was just no stopping them. So let's go ahead and get the stats now. We're whipping out the iPad for this one. So let's go ahead and do team stats first. For field goals, Texas Southern was 22 for 60, North Carolina 38 for 75. That's a field goal percentage of 36.7 for the Tigers and the 50.7 for the Tar Heels. For three-pointers, Texas Southern was 7 for 27. That's about 25.9 percentage right there. And then North Carolina was 8 for 22. That's a 36.4 percentage. For free throws, the Tigers were on the line 16 times. They could only make 13 of them, 81.3% on that. For the Tar Heels, they went to the line 26 times, only made 19 of them, 73.1% on that. Total rebounds, Tigers got only 27 rebounds, 6 offensive, 21 defensive. North Carolina had 54 rebounds, 20 offensive, 34 defensive. Definitely the Tar Heels had the boards on lockdown that game. Texas Southern had a combined of 9 assists, while North Carolina had 18 assists. North Carolina was definitely spreading the ball around all throughout the game. I mean, it was such unselfish playing right there, and it looked beautiful to have them just pass the ball to get a better shot in instead of just going ahead and forcing and stuff in. And for steals, the Tigers end up with 6 steals. North Carolina tied them with 6 steals as well. For blocks, Tigers end up with 3. North Carolina end up with 4. Total turnovers was Tigers 13, Tar Heels 10, with personal fouls with being 17 and 13. As I said, Texas Southern is a good team. They show a lot of good promise. All they need to do is just keep working, and they'll probably make it farther than they did next year. As some of the stats show, they were quite even with North Carolina. However, again, it's just that you got all those rebounds, all those big guys that are crashing the boards. I mean, what are you supposed to do if you are going against people like Meeks and Hicks down in the post area? Let's go ahead and go to some player stats now. I'm only going to do starters because let's just face it, there are a lot of players and everything, so we're just going to stick with the North Carolina starters. Out of all the starters, Justin Jackson was the one that played the most with 24 minutes. Kennedy Meeks scored 13 points. He was 3 for 4 for the day, 7 for 10 in free throws. He had 6 rebounds, 2 offensive, 4 defensive, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. I forgot to mention, Meeks has 0 assists. Next starter is Isaiah Hicks. He had 17 points. He was 8 for 12 on the field. He had 1 for 3 for free throws, 6 rebounds, 2 for offensive, 4 for defensive. No assists, no steals, but 1 block. Next starter was Theo Pinson. He had 3 points of the day, 1 for 2 for field goals, 0 for 1 in 3-pointers, 1 for 2 and free throws, 5 rebounds total, 1 offensive, 4 defensive, 0 assists, 1 steal, 0 blocks. The next starter was most likely the player of the game, Justin Jackson. He had 21 points. He was 8 for 13 on the field, 5 for 8 in 3-pointers. No free throws were given on that one. 7 rebounds, 2 offensive, 5 defensive, 3 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks. And the last starter is Joel Berry II. He only scored 3 points. He is 1 for 8 on the field. He only did 1 for 6 on the 3-point line. His only points was a 3-pointer. No free throws. He had 1 rebound, which was a defensive rebound, 3 assists, no steals, no blocks. You know, it was really good to see Justin Jackson getting his shot back. That was the one concern that we had, was that he was kind of being thrown off a little bit, not being able to get a good shot in. You know, the main concern coming into the tournament was, you know, will Justin Jackson be able to get his shooting down and everything? And sure enough, he was able to get it down quite well. You know, it was just great to see him getting his stroke back and just, you know, drilling all those shots for us. One of the main concerns is that it was Joel Berry II. He ended up injuring his ankle in the second half of the game. He went out, but then, you know, after a while he actually came back in. So Joel says that his ankle's okay, so it's hopeful that he'll be there for the next game tomorrow against Arkansas. You know, the only thing I could think of is simply, you know, get that athletic trainer to tape up his ankle up and then, you know, hope for the best. I mean, either that or wear an ankle brace or something. Berry II is our point guard, so, you know, it's going to be really tough if we don't have him for every single game. You know, guys, we looked clean out there. I mean, I didn't see anything bad at all that was wrong with us that we need to fix. You know, everything went really, really good. My hat's off to Texas Southern for putting up a good fight, you know, in the beginning stages and everything. The best of luck for them in the future. But, you know, frankly, you know, it was a nice warm-up for our team, and that was it. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you liked it. So far, there have been some upsets in the tournament, which is what I said, you know, last video is simply, you know, you never know what's going to happen when it comes to March Madness, and sure enough, you know, quite a lot of the unthinkable has happened already. The big one is that Villanova got knocked off today, so, you know, that's something that's huge. Unfortunately, that gives those douchebags from Duke a nice little, like, stroll to the Final Four, unfortunately. But who knows, hopefully, you know, someone will come along and knock them off. Fingers crossed, everyone. I really don't want to see them in the finals against North Carolina, or in the finals in general. It's going to be quite something, guys. You know, I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before. So with this channel, it's in that simply, you know, rapid fire all these videos, you know, the day after, you know, make sure that I'm keeping up with every single game. So it's going to be fun. Thank you for watching this video. And as usual, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about me. See you later. Bye.